Okay, there's Joe Biden. He's speaking live right now in Wilmington. We got to listen. I promise it won't be long.
They didn't seek the spotlight, and our democracy survived because of them, which is proof once more that it's everyday Americans infused with honor, character, and decency that is the heart of this nation. In this election, their integrity was matched by their strength, independence, and the integrity of our judicial system. In America, when questions are raised about the legitimacy of any election, those questions are resolved through the legal processes. And that's precisely what happened here. The Trump campaign brought dozens and dozens and dozens of legal challenges to test the result. They were heard again and again. And each of the times they were heard, they were found to be without merit. Time and again, President Trump's lawyers presented arguments to state officials, state legislatures, state and federal courts, and ultimately to the United States Supreme Court twice. They were heard by more than 80 judges across this country, and in every case, no cause or evidence was found to reverse or question or dispute the results. A few states went for recounts. All the counts were confirmed. The results in Georgia were counted 3 times. Didn't change the outcome. The recount conducted in Wisconsin actually saw our margin grow. The margin we had in Michigan was 14 times the margin President Trump won that state by 4 years ago. Our margin in Pennsylvania was nearly twice the size of the Trump margin 4 years ago. And yet, none of this has stopped baseless claims about the legitimacy of the results. Even more stunning, 17 Republican attorneys general and 126 Republican members of the Congress actually signed on to a lawsuit filed by the state of Texas. That lawsuit asked the United States Supreme Court to reject the certified vote counts in Georgia, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. This legal maneuver was an effort by elected officials and one group of states to try to get the Supreme Court to wipe out the votes of more than 20 million Americans in other states and to hand the presidency to a candidate.
It's interesting. He's dwelling on the lawsuits. He seems to be taking issue with the Republicans who had concerns about, yes, the legitimacy of this election. How about that? Why would we have such an idea? Why would we have that idea, Joe Biden? Do we have my favorite little sound clip? Do we have that ready? All right, we will during the course of this interview with Dick Morris, presidential strategist. Welcome back, Dick. I suggest everybody check out dickmorris.com. Dick, hey, Dick, how are you?
Good, I'm great, Greg.
All right, Dick. You know what happened today. Now, you probably heard what I said earlier. The president-elect designation, yes, in a normal year when an election is not conceded, there is political and media precedent for making that designation. And there probably is for this at this point. However, technically, under the Constitution, that does not happen until January 6th. And only the president of the Senate, once he counts the votes, can make that determination. From a strictly constitutional standpoint, am I correct, please?
Oh, yeah, I think you're absolutely right. But I think we have to realize, Greg, that part of the Democratic plan to steal this election, and I believe it was a carefully concocted plan. I have a book that did it. And a big part of that was the second the second the first state could be called, the first of the swing states, they jumped in and announced that Biden had won. And then he trotted out his cabinet appointments in record time. No president has appointed his cabinet so quickly. And he's making all kinds of statements as president-elect. I saw there's a logo. I've never seen that before, President-elect Joe Biden. And it's all designed to rush this thing through. I believe, Greg, that the Supreme Court was intimidated into making the decision that it made to reject even hearing this case. I believe that during the campaign, the Democrats raised the prospect of packing the Supreme Court. Now, why would they do that? They know that's a losing issue. They know that that's unpopular. In fact, Biden said that if he talked about it, it could become the focus of the whole campaign. He didn't want to do that. But then he announced he would form a commission that would rule in 180 days. It was like a sword of Damocles hanging over the court. And Democrat after Democrat urged the proposal to pack the court. And I think that that was a shot across the bow of the court. I think that it was designed to intimidate the judges, including the ones Trump appointed, into voting to dismiss the lawsuit.
Dick,
not only would they face outrage, they might be packed.
right. So, Dick, well, you know what? Here's the thing, though. If Biden prevails, and I still think that the president has a chance here, but if Biden prevails, he's probably going to stack the court. And the court, ultimately, especially a guy like John Roberts, would regret maybe not taking a more aggressive role in all of this, strictly from a human standpoint. I mean, he wants 9 justices, I'm sure, and it looks like Joe Biden is going to stack the court if he gets that far. It's kind of ironic in a way, huh?
It is, but I prefer to believe that that there's a tacit stays out of Biden's way. He won't try to pack the court. This will only become reality if we lose in Georgia. And that brings us back to your Michigan County segment. Those exact same voting machines are being used in Georgia right now in the Senate runoff. And if the Democrats win that, and then they'll control everything. And I think that the danger here is that the Democrats take over the Senate. They take over the court by packing the Senate and the House, and they have the White House, and we're a one-party system. But the fraud in the Dominion voting machines is incredible. And bear in mind, the reason Governor Kelly in Georgia, Governor Kemp in Georgia is not pushing for getting rid of the Dominion machines is he was elected governor on a platform of having the Dominion voting machines. There was a big fight in the primary. His primary opponent said, hand tabulate them. And he said, no, we're going to move into the 21st century and we'll automate it and we'll give it to Dominion. And he gave a $105 million state contract to install Dominion. He's totally invested in it. God knows if he has a financial stake in it. And he's not backing off that.
Dick, I got to, as we wrap up here, does the president have a chance, in your opinion?
Well, I got to tell you, Greg, until I heard your report tonight, I was about to say no. But that is a heck of a report. I'm just reading now the rebuttal to it that they issue. You know, what the way Google does it these days is it puts the rebuttal first so that you read the rebuttal before you read the charge. That's engineering by Google.
Yeah.
But I think they got a case there.
You know, it's so interesting. You mentioned the rebuttal first, and some of the networks, Fox News in particular, they were reporting Joe Biden's denials to the Hunter Biden story before they were reporting the Hunter Biden story, which I found kind of interesting. Yeah. And now we know that they know that the Hunter Biden story is legitimate, the mainstream media, now that they think Joe Biden is safe. Thank you very much, Dick Morris. Please check out dickmorris.com. Some great stuff up there, dickmorris.com. Thank you, sir. So, folks, New York City, we have closed down the restaurants, which, in my opinion, totally unnecessary. I want to bring in Tina Maria Abbadasano. She runs or owns Il Bacco restaurant. She's in Queens, New York. Tina Maria, hi, how are you? Welcome to Newsmax. How are you?
Hi, Greg. I just want to say thanks for having me, and I want